You know, the world's changing when even the movie theaters are getting into streaming. Hey everyone, this is Kevin T. Rodriguez, film critic of iCritic.net. And if you are new here, if you've never been here before, I talk about movies, pop culture, Simpsons, ratings, bunch of stuff like that. And if that sounds like that would be interesting to you, and if you like videos like this and you happen to like this one, please take a moment to subscribe and ring that bell button. We don't have content every day, but we update a few times a week, and we would like you to be updated when we do upload something. So today's stories, I'm talking about AMC Theaters. Now, typically, I am talking about the AMC Stubs A-List, which is their movie subscription service, and we might even bring a little bit of that in today. However, we're going to talk about AMC as a business in general, because the movie theater business is kind of on shaky ground, and it's scary times if you are a movie theater. Yes, you do have the Disney movies that do very well. Yes, Marvel movies will always sell out. And yeah, I even went to see The Addams Family in 3D on a Monday, and half the theater was sold out. And The Addams Family was not a huge movie. And, there's, 3D glasses involved, so, even less of a draw for some people. And yet, movie theaters are trying to find new ways to bring people into the theaters. The most controversial of which is, recliner seats. I've talked about this before. They're comfortable. They definitely make you feel at home. And yet, when the cost for those more comfortable seats is giving up 40% of the seats that are available, roughly, and you can sell less tickets, that really has to make you wonder what the future of the movie theater is. And AMC is apparently thinking the future is streaming, because they are actually launching an on-demand streaming service. Now keep in mind, this is not a typical streaming service, at least not yet. You aren't going to just pop on a movie and stream. You have to rent it, and you have to pay additional money to rent it. So therefore, there's not going to be like a monthly subscription cost to signing up for this thing. At least there shouldn't be. Although we don't know exactly what it is. So let's look at this article and find out what exactly this is. So you can see we have the picture. It says rent or buy movies, watch at home or on the go, earn AMC Stubs points. And that might be crucial to why they're doing this. So in a sign of just how much streaming is changing Hollywood, movie fans will soon be able to rent and buy films for viewing at home from a movie theater chain. AMC Entertainment, the largest multiplex operator in the world, will introduce an iTunes-style online video store in the United States on Tuesday, said Adam Aron, AMC's president and chief executive. The service, AMC Theaters on Demand, will offer about 2,000 films for sale or rent after their theatrical runs, just as iTunes, Amazon, and other video-on-demand retailers do. The movie theater industry has long been at odds with online video. Why trek to theaters if thousands of movies are available at the click of a button at home or on your phone? Well, I would definitely want to see the movies in a theater, and I think you should too. You're probably watching this video on a cell phone right now, and hey, that's fine. This is definitely low-grade tier content. This is not... You do not need to see this on a major big screen, and you don't need to see it in 3D, God forbid. But, I just saw The Addams Family today, and granted, it wasn't a very good movie, but I will say that does strike me as a theatrical experience. I also saw Gemini Man, or Gemini Man. I keep mispronouncing it. Also not a great movie, I'm sorry to say. Deserves to be seen on the big screen. Interestingly, I did see... what's that Eddie Murphy that came out recently? It's My Name is Dynamite, I think it is. Whatever it is. That movie deserves to be seen on the big screen. Most will probably stream it at home. Such is the nature of the world, I suppose. But anyway, let's see here. Sure, new films do not arrive on VOD until they have played in theaters for an exclusive period of about 90 days, but that windowing practice, many analysts believe, will become unattainable as streaming services like Netflix gain clout. Well, the thing is, Netflix is the only one doing it, and Netflix is the only one interested in not doing a 90-day window. All the other studios, it makes perfect sense to them. Even Amazon, who, they make their movies for the Amazon Prime streaming service, but there have been several. Beautiful Boy, Manchester by the Sea, Brittany Runs a Marathon, where they're like, hey, you know what? We want The Big Sick. We want these to be in theaters, so we're going to put them in theaters for 90 days. We'll make a little extra money, and then we'll put it on the streaming platforms. Netflix is the only one that doesn't seem to be able to program on that, but, Hollywood's 5 biggest movie studios, Disney, Warner Brothers, Universal, Sony, and Paramount, have made deals with AMC for catalog and new release movies. Although DVDs still account for billions of dollars in sales for the studios, more profit now comes from digital downloads and rentals. And by the way, as long as DVDs continue to account for billions of dollars in sales, it's not going away anytime soon. But yes, digital has overtaken physical media. For us, it's all upside, said Ron Sanders, president of worldwide distribution and home entertainment at Warner. Most of our other big digital partners are focused on multiple categories: music, books. The great thing about AMC is that movies are the whole focus. Films will cost roughly $3 to $5.99 to rent and $9.99 to $19.99 to buy, which is reasonable. Mr. Aaron, who took over AMC in early 2016 after running the Starwood hotel chain, I'm sorry, I forgot to turn the AC off, so sorry about that, has been more willing to embrace change than many other theater executives, in part because he is not blind to his industry's challenges. Moviegoing in North America across the chains has been roughly flat for years, leaving theaters to scratch for growth by charging more for tickets and concessions, a strategy that has limits. It has a lot of limits. In fact, I think you would sell a lot more popcorn if you would drop it by $1, and since popcorn is a relatively pretty big upcharge, I think most chains should do it. He called home entertainment a natural extension of AMC's core business, one designed to capitalize on the chain's fast-growing customer loyalty program, AMC Stubs, which covers more than 20 million households. He said the AMC Stubs database gave the company a marketing advantage for movie rentals and downloads. And yeah, there's a lot you can do with that. Like, I'm going to share a story. I bought tickets to the sequel to Jumanji, forgot what it was called at this point, on Cinemark's app years ago. Bought the 3D tickets, so MoviePass wasn't going to work for it. I used Cinemia to buy the tickets, but I did it through the Cinemark app. And they gave you a digital copy of the original Jumanji for free. Now, yes, that's giving the movie away for free, but think about what you can use as a marketing tool. You could start giving discounts to movies. Like, you see a movie and it's like, oh, I really like that. I would like to pre-order it. And hey, if I pre-order it through you guys, I get a discount. Heck, if you're seeing the movie, why even stop it at film? You see the movie, and afterwards the app says, hey, did you like the movie? If you did, why not consider buying the ebook or the audiobook for a discounted price? Or heck, with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, when that comes out, you see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and they could offer discounted digital comics and maybe a discounted digital soundtrack that people can buy. You see how they can start using this. And when you see the movies in theaters, you can start collecting points on the Stubs card. And you can use those points towards those extensions rather than just snacks. There's actually a lot they can do with this. So let's continue. For instance, AMC Stub members bought about 6 million tickets to The Lion King over the summer. Shame on you for doing that, by the way. When The Lion King becomes available digitally on Tuesday, those people will all get a personalized message from AMC saying they can now enjoy it at home through AMC Theaters on Demand. Well, that's not going to be me. I don't want to give that movie a cent more than I absolutely have to. Some theater chains in other countries already operate on-demand divisions. Cineplex in Canada is one. But AMC is the first major exhibitor in the United States to do so. Mr. Aaron said AMC had been working on the service for more than 2 years. It was close to introducing AMC Theaters on Demand this summer, but held off to fine-tune the technology and online store design. Under Mr. Aaron, AMC has worked to make theater going more attractive. It aggressively installed advanced Dolby sound and projection systems, extra wide screens, and lazy boy style seats. AMC now serves alcohol in hundreds of its theaters, a perk which I don't actually partake in because I have been dry my entire life. I've never had alcohol, and I know I'm going to get a lot of comments, but I have no interest in starting, to be perfectly frank. In 2017, Mr. Aaron rolled out greatly expanded food menus at more than 600 theaters, and by the way, their chicken tenders and their burgers are not that bad, to be honest. After noting the popularity of MoviePass, the now defunct movie ticket subscription service, AMC introduced its own sustainable version. For one monthly price, AMC Stubs A-list members can see up to 3 movies a week, of which I used one for Adam's Family today. AMC, based in Leawood, Kansas, and partly owned by China's Dalian Wanda Group, became the largest multiplex chain in the world in 2016 after going on a breathtaking shopping spree. It acquired the Carmike chain in the United States and added Odeon in Britain and Nordic Theatre Group in Northern Europe. As a result, AMC began carrying significant debt, roughly $4.7 billion, up from $1.8 billion in 2014. Its debt load and a bumpy box office ride, attendance at AMC in the United States for the first 6 months in 2019 fell 3.6% to about 127 million people, have made investors wary. The company's share price was $8.95 at the close of trading Monday, down from more than $20 a year ago. So I could definitely see this being like a really cool feature. I really could. Again, there's so many things you can do with this aside from just purely renting movies. You can offer discounted ebooks, discounted soundtracks. Heck, this might even solve the Netflix problem, to be perfectly honest. Netflix wants to put their movies in theaters. Maybe AMC says, well, here's the compromise. We'll put your movies in the theaters for 60 of the 90 days instead of 90. However, you give us the right where if people like the movie, they can buy a digital copy of the movie and a digital copy of the soundtrack, whatever digital they can of the movie. They maybe get a higher cut of it than usual, and therefore AMC will show your Netflix movies. And since Netflix apparently doesn't care about that stuff anyway, well, maybe they should just let them have it. This is going to be very fascinating to see where it goes from here. I'm going to probably, in a couple days, I'm going to look at the site. We're going to do another video. We're going to do a follow-up of this. We're going to see how it works, at least on the monitor, on the browser. So, we'll kind of see what the website has to offer. But yeah, in fact, when this video goes up, the service should be launching today. So yeah, we will be definitely looking at that site in the near future. But anyway, I would love to know what you think. Does this make a lot of sense to you? Do you think Regal and Cinemark might get in this game? What do you think of the potential downfalls? And will AMC Theaters on Demand actually sync with movies anywhere? I'd love to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe. If you enjoy my videos, consider becoming a Patreon member. Totally optional, of course, but even as little as $1 a month goes a long way to helping the channel run smoothly, and you get access to my Patreon's exclusive blog. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.